Hello everyone, I'm Eric Breeden. I've just created a YouTube channel, and this is my official channel. I hope you'll support me. Young and the Restless Full. Welcome back to our channel, Genoa City Gossips. Today is a beautiful day to dissect the absolute chaos unfolding on our favorite screen. So grab a huge cup of coffee, settle into your comfiest chair, and let's get right into the madness. I am literally shaking right now. I cannot believe what I just watched on my screen. I mean, we all knew Victor Newman was going to strike back eventually, but this is next level diabolical classic Victor Newman, and I am sitting here screaming at my television. The absolute audacity of the mustache is just unmatched. Did anyone, and I mean anyone, really think that Victor was just going to sit back in his leather chair at the ranch and let Phyllis Summers take his empire without a fight? I'm sorry, but if you thought Phyllis was actually going to win this corporate war and ride off into the sunset with Newman Enterprises, you clearly haven't been paying attention to this show for the last decade. Victor never loses. He just regroups and destroys. But wait, let me back up because my brain is going a million miles an hour, and I need to get this all out in order. Let's talk about that incredibly tense scene at the ranch. Victor summoning Michael Baldwin. Just the mere fact that he called Michael there is loaded with so much history, so much baggage, and so much underlying tension that I know some people in the forums are loving this dynamic and praising Eric Braeden and Christian LeBlanc's chemistry, but personally, I am so frustrated with how Michael just bends to Victor's will every single time. Am I the only one who sees this toxic cycle? I've been watching this show religiously since Hang in Lam Lam, and this specific dynamic is exactly why Victor is both the most compelling and the most infuriating character on daytime television. He doesn't just beat you in the boardroom. He psychologically annihilates your entire existence while casually sipping a drink in his living room. The way he just effortlessly dropped this massive two-pronged attack plan on Michael like he was discussing the weather. Chills, literal chills, ran down my spine. Let's break down this master plan because it is absolutely insane and we need to process it. Prong number one, buying out the entire senior staff of the Summers conglomerate, every single department head. Victor literally orchestrated a mass corporate exodus just to watch Phyllis squirm and realize she is entirely powerless. Can we talk about that phenomenal scene in Phyllis's office? Lauren is standing right there, trying to be a supportive friend, talking about how great things are going, and suddenly Phyllis's phone just starts blowing up with notifications. They're all quitting. That's what Phyllis said, and you could just see the absolute terror and realization dawning in her eyes behind that usual tough, arrogant exterior she puts on. And she immediately knew exactly who was pulling the strings. This has Victor Newman written all over it. Yeah, no kidding. Phyllis. Who else in Genoa City has the limitless bank account, the overwhelming power, and the sheer petty vindictiveness to buy off an entire corporate executive board in one single afternoon? He cut off the head of the snake and watched the body flail. But that's not even the craziest part of this episode. Oh no, we are just getting started. Prong number two is what really has me losing my mind and typing furiously. Victor is using a brand new artificial intelligence program, custom built by some top-tier industry expert. He probably paid millions of dollars in secret to generate completely fake evidence. He is literally fabricating digital proof that Phyllis, along with Billy Abbott and Kane Ashby, illegally seized Newman Enterprises. He is creating a false reality to trap her. Are you kidding me right now? Victor Newman is using cutting-edge deepfakes and AI data manipulation to frame people. I mean, yes, let's be totally honest here. Phyllis actually did steal the company using an AI program she stole from Kane in the first place. So it's kind of like poetic justice, right? Live by the eye, die by the eye. But the fact that Victor is just casually creating fake federal evidence to blackmail her with decades of prison time is so incredibly dark and ruthless. It shows there is no line he won't cross. And honestly, can we talk about how I is suddenly taking over Genoa City? Is everyone in this town a tech genius now? Since when did I'm half expecting Jack Abbott to reveal he's a robot at this point, and he is using Michael Baldwin as his personal messenger boy to deliver the threat. Let's talk about Michael for a second, because I have opinions that need to be heard. Am I the only one who is sick and tired of Michael acting like a kicked puppy whenever Victor barks an order? Remember when they had that massive relationship ending, falling out after Ian Ward faked his death? Yeah, didn't work out too well for Michael then either. He tried to stand on his own, but he always gets pulled back into the Newman gravity well. It's like Michael has this weird, deeply ingrained, twisted father figure complex when it comes to Victor. He spent all those months on the outs, being persona non grata at the ranch, feeling like he lost a mentor. And the second Victor throws him a bone and lets him back into the inner circle, he's right back to being the Newman fixer. Leblanc's character has always been this brilliant, formidable, legal mind. But around Victor, he just melts into a subservient lackey. I mean, I love Michael, he's brilliant. But actually, no, I can't stand him right now. He's being so weak. It drives me absolutely crazy to watch a smart man act so blindly loyal. So Victor sits there in his leather chair and tells Michael this entire illegal master plan. Why? He doesn't need Michael's legal advice for this. He's doing it because he's testing him. Victor knows full well that Michael's wife, Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, just joined Phyllis's executive team at the newly minted Summers conglomerate. Victor is basically looking Michael in the eye and saying, I'm about to nuke this entire building, and you might want to get your wife out before I push the button. It's a power move of epic proportions. I warned her. Now I'm warning you. That line delivery from Eric Braeden, absolutely iconic. Give the man an Emmy right now. But it's also so deeply manipulative and cruel. Victor is forcing Michael into an impossible corner, making him choose between his hard-won loyalty to the Newman Empire and his love and loyalty to his own wife and her best friend. And Michael, bless his heart, immediately panics because he knows exactly what Victor is capable of. What if she doesn't comply? What if you lose control of it, Victor? Michael is terrified, and he absolutely should be. You cannot control Rogue Eye, and infinitely cannot control Victor Newman when he is out for blood and vengeance. Michael knows this fake evidence better not accidentally implicate Lauren. The fake evidence you're cooking up better not involve my wife. Good for Michael for finally showing a tiny bit of spine and standing up for Lauren. But let's be real, Victor holds all the cards here, and they both know it. So what does Michael do? He runs straight to the GCAC like his hair is on fire to meet Lauren. He spills the beans and tells her the whole terrifying truth. By the end of this week, Summers' conglomerate won't exist. But then he drops the ultimate bombshell. He tells her she cannot say a single word to Phyllis. How on earth Is Lauren supposed to just sit there in that office looking at her best friend, knowing the entire company is a sinking ship, and not throw her a life preserver? The guilt is going to eat Lauren alive. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself and going off on a massive tangent. Let's go back to Phyllis, because we really, really need to talk about her absolute unhinged delusion. Phyllis Summers actually thought she could steal Newman Enterprises, rename it the Summers Conglomerate, and just live happily ever after. Is she delusional? Did she hit her head? I mean, she literally said to Lauren, I beat him once and I can do it again. Nobody is going to take this away from me. I know some people on Twitter and the message boards are loving this boss babe era for Phyllis, cheering her on for taking down the patriarchy or whatever. But personally, I think she has completely lost her grip on reality. Girl, he is already taking it away from you. Your entire senior staff just walked out the door with their belongings in cardboard boxes. Wake up and smell the corporate sabotage. I love Michelle Stafford. She is a legend, but Phyllis is acting like a cartoon villain who thinks she's invincible. You have to give Phyllis some credit for sheer audacity, though. I will admit that. Very few people in the long, storied history of Genoa City have ever dared to take Victor's life work right out from under him and slap their own name on the building. She actually pulled off the impossible by utilizing Kane's stolen eye program, but achieving the impossible and surviving the inevitable Newman retaliation are two very, very different things. She poked the bear. No, she didn't just poke the bear. She stole the bear's entire cave, painted the walls bright red, and put a neon Summers sign on the front door. And now the bear is wide awake, furious, and he's bringing a digital bazooka to blow the whole thing to smithereens. What did she expect was going to happen? But here's the thing that really gets me thinking late at night, trying to analyze Victor's psychology. Why is Victor giving her an out? He's blackmailing her with federal prison time unless she hands Newman back over to him. If this were literally anyone else in the world, like Jack Abbott or Ashton Locke or whoever, Victor would just send them to prison, ruin their lives forever, and take the company back anyway. Why is he offering her a deal? Because she's family. I mean, kind of, in that twisted soap opera way. She's Nick Newman's ex-wife. She's Summer Newman's mother. As much as Victor absolutely despises Phyllis and everything she stands for, he knows that sending the mother of his beloved granddaughter to a federal penitentiary is going to cause a massive, unforgivable rift with Nick and Summer. And Victor, for all his cold-hearted ruthlessness, does fiercely protect his family's dynamic and their perception of him. Plus, let's be brutally honest here, Victor just wants his company back as fast as humanly possible. A drawn-out legal battle, even with his perfectly crafted fake eye evidence, would take months, maybe years of litigation and public scandal. Blackmail is instantaneous. He wants to walk back into that CEO office by Monday morning, sit in his chair, and put the giant Newman portrait back on the wall where it belongs. He doesn't have time for a trial. And can we take a moment to talk about the collateral damage in all of this? Billy Abbott and Kane Ashby. Victor is framing them too. I mean, Billy is already dealing with the absolute nightmare of Sally Spectra's fake baby paternity secret, which Victoria just violently blew up in his face. And now, on top of all that personal trauma, he's going to get slapped with federal corporate espionage charges. Billy literally cannot catch a break on this show. And Kane, poor Kane is out here desperately trying to find a bone marrow donor for Malcolm Winters, trying to be the hero, trying to win back Lily's heart by saving her family, and Victor is just casually throwing him under the bus with this AI frame-up. The sheer amount of collateral damage Victor is willing to cause to innocent, well, mostly innocent bystanders just to get his company back is absolutely staggering. It's collateral damage on a massive scale. But let's bring it back to Phyllis and that phenomenal final scene of the episode. Her phone buzzing nonstop. The emails pouring into her inbox. Everyone quitting in a coordinated strike. She is literally screaming at her phone, "Get out. I don't need you. Get out." It is the tragic, pathetic sound of a woman completely unraveling in real time. Michelle Stafford played that scene to absolute perfection. You could physically feel the walls closing in on her character. Damn you, Victor. Yes, scream it to the heavens, Phyllis, because that is literally all you have left at this point. She has no executive staff. She has a fake ag program about to send her to a windowless cell, and her absolute best friend, Lauren, secretly knows the ship is sinking and is planning to jump overboard to save herself. Phyllis has never been more entirely and utterly alone than she is in this exact moment. I honestly don't know where the writers go from here, and that's what makes this so exciting. Will Phyllis actually sign the papers, swallow her massive pride, and give the company back? Probably. She's not going to risk spending the next 20 years in an orange jumpsuit. But you know she's not going to go down quietly. She's going to scheme, she's going to plot revenge, and she's probably going to try to take the entire Newman family down with her, especially since we know Victoria Newman is out there right now digging like a dog for dirt on Phyllis's murky past. It's just nonstop. Newman versus Abbott versus Summers warfare, and I am so here for it. This is the kind of high-stakes drama that keeps me tuning in every single day. But seriously, if Michael Baldwin doesn't grow a spine soon and stand up to Victor once and for all, I am going to scream. Lauren deserves so much better than a husband who cowers to the mustache. Okay, I need to take a deep breath because my heart rate is way too high for this time of night, and I'm probably waking up my neighbors with my furious typing. But you guys understand, right? When our fire's on all cylinders like this, when the history and the corporate espionage and the family betrayals all collide perfectly, it's impossible not to get completely emotionally invested. This right here is classic soap opera perfection, and I'm savoring every single minute of it. I'm going to be refreshing the spoiler pages and forums all weekend long because I absolutely cannot wait to see how Phyllis tries to squirm her way out of this impossible corner. Let me know down in the comments if you think she's going to fold immediately or if she has one last desperate trick up her designer sleeve. Because knowing Phyllis Summers, she might just decide to burn the entire building down to the foundation before she hands the keys back to Victor Newman.